Well, a good Saturday to you, and welcome to November as well. This is the Fox 26 Tropical Update. I'm meteorologist John Dawson, and it is not always this common to have a lot of activity happening in the month of November. And of course, it's the very beginning of November, I realize, but we're still expecting to have some activity, tropically speaking, as we move through at least the first part of November. You'll notice I'm just sort of going to skip over a couple things and focus on just a few of the more important ones. Again, there's an area of orange blob over there in the eastern Pacific. That's a potential area for tropical development. There's this yellow shading here that's just to the north of the Caribbean Sea there with Cuba and island of Hispaniola. That is going to be an area of low expectations, but possibly could see something tropical forming. National Hurricane Center giving that a 10% chance, but this large red blob is where we need to focus, and that's pretty much the entire Western Caribbean, where we're looking for the potential of the development of this system within the next really 48 hours, but for sure by the next 5 days or so. This is going to be Invest 97L. Once they give it that Invest description, that title, they can start running some of the computer models on it. And so that's why they'll do that. Even though it's not a tropical system, it's a broad area of low pressure, but we're trying to get a sense of what this might end up doing. And so you can see here our spaghetti plot where we put more than one model on the screen at a time. We don't have a whole lot of going because they're really just beginning to get these systems up and running, and we do see the potential if something were to develop, and that's a big if, but still we're looking that way. This does look like it wants to head to the northern portions of the Caribbean and then possibly even move up towards Florida, which puts it right on the line, of course, of would that make it into the Gulf of Mexico or would it continue to veer up towards the Atlantic. So not great outlook here as far as what we're expecting. And as I mentioned, the National Hurricane Center identifying this as 97L. It's a broad area at the moment. It's starting to look like it's getting a little bit better organized. The likelihood when you get the chances up to 70% in the next 48 hours, 80% over the next 7 days, that's pretty much expected that we're going to get a tropical depression or possibly even a tropical storm. No matter what, Cuba and the other areas here in the northern Caribbean all the way across to the Atlantic certainly need to be prepared for quite a bit of rain and maybe some gusty winds, maybe not formally organized yet, but definitely looking for the potential there for a tropical depression or a tropical storm. And we've got the hurricane hunters scheduled, the Air Force Reserve. They're going to fly into that on Sunday. I have a feeling once they fly into it, they're going to get a much better look. That's the whole purpose for flying into it, is to get a better look. And I have a feeling we're going to go ahead and have our next named storm. And here's what some of our computer models are showing, sort of an idea of this spin, getting a little bit better organized, possibly even a tropical storm. And right now, this looks like it might even move across Cuba and try to get into the Gulf of Mexico. It's a little early to have a lot of confidence in as far as where this system would go. We have enough confidence right now to say, yes, we think there will be a tropical depression or a tropical storm. But the way these steering currents are, it wouldn't take a whole lot just to kind of get this thing to head out to the Atlantic instead of trying to creep in toward the Gulf of Mexico. So not a lot of confidence on the direction of where it's headed, just that we are looking for a system to form. Now, that next named storm, if you've been keeping track at home, you're probably thinking, well, that's going to be Patty. Patty is on the list. That's going to be the next named storm that we have. But this morning, that name was taken already. We have a subtropical system that the National Hurricane Center decided needed a name. So this is Patty, a subtropical storm, meaning it acts like a tropical storm, but it doesn't quite have all the characteristics needed to correctly define it as a tropical storm. But this storm is going to continue to head basically towards Spain. This is a little bit of an unusual track. As we've talked about, this has been an unusual year overall, and as we move through, this is going to continue to, again, probably bring some rain over here in Europe, but we're going to see this stay well away from the U.S. So I know we have a lot of international viewers on our YouTube channel. If you're watching me on YouTube and you're not in the U.S., thank you for watching us. We're always thankful for that. Most of you, bulk of the numbers, are in the Caribbean. And then, of course, we do have plenty of folks in the United States as well. So this system, Patty, is not going to impact the Caribbean and not going to impact us here in the U.S. But if you're over here in Europe and Spain, maybe you want to go ahead and let us know. We'll continue to keep you updated, of course, on where this system is going. So, as we talked about, Patty now checked off the list. Raphael is going to be the next one. So we'll see if what's in the Caribbean ends up getting the R-named storm for this year. And that's going to be 15, 16. So the 16th named storm was Patty, and the 17th one will be what possibly could be Raphael. We'll see how that develops, but it's certainly looking to be headed that way for right now. So while there are lots of questions happening with that development in the Caribbean, reminder, we're here every day of hurricane season, so at least all the way through this month. And if for some reason things even want to keep being more busy at the end of the month, we'll keep going and we'll keep you updated. If you're watching us on Fox Local, we're glad you made that download. Tell your friends all about it. Remind them that it's free. No subscription. It's on your smart TV, it's on your iPad, it's on your iPhone, it's on your not iPhone smartphone. It's all across the board. Get that downloaded and you'll be able to watch us there as well, and all the other content that we've got coming out of the Fox 26 studios. I'll be back again tomorrow with another tropical update. I hope to see you then.